Hello, and welcome to my stream today, where I am going to continue to play some more Girls Frontline. Where last week we have continued with dual randomness, and honestly the event is interesting. Still not super sure about the approach to the storytelling that they've taken, or rather, the event's structure. But, you know, it's fine. Well, well, well. Let us jump right in. No, not theater. That's the wrong button. I have literally not done anything with this. Mainly because I don't really care. Campaign is where we want to go. Little randomness. And where we stopped last time. Right, last time we've actually read almost every part of this, except for the newly added on bit for Ghost Sisters. So let's read it. What is this place? Anna? Who's calling me? It's me, Uncle Powell. You're heading out today, don't you remember? Heading out? Yes, heading out to your new home. See, your mother and father from your new family have come to pick you up. Come, be good and take your medicine. Then you can leave this place and go to your new home. I don't want to leave this place. I want to be with everyone. Don't cry, Anna. Everyone will be going with you. Anna looks back and sees countless wooden crates behind her, all sized to fit a child. While she knows that the children lying in these crates are just sleeping, she can't shake the thought that the crates are their coffins. No, I don't want to. Pills are stuffed into Anna's mouth, and the tip of her tongue is numbed by the bitterness. Shh. Remember the story I told you. Each child is a seed of infinite potential. Some seeds blossom into beautiful flowers right after being planted. Others need to go through a long period of growing before they can bloom. But what I forgot to tell you is that some seeds are destined to grow in the darkness forever. Forever and ever, until they rot in the dirt. No, no. ZW Farmer's third floor office area. Anna! Anna! You're finally awake. 416. Are you alright? Do you feel uncomfortable anywhere? I'm fine. We're both sleeping, but why is it that when Anna wakes up, everyone falls over themselves to see if she's okay, but when I do, I get beaten up instead? Anna's still a child, after all, and you're an experienced wage slave. Also, I haven't docked your pay for sleeping on the job yet. Yeah. 25, I remembered something important. At the Griffin temporary base. In other words, most of the night test subjects in the underground labs within the Paldiski submarine base came from orphanages. William was working with them. The orphanages would routinely send their children to William for use in the experiments. And this Powell is an intermediary between William and the orphanages. Correct. We'll just have to wait for Angie to follow up on the lead. That was truly a masterful move. Nobody would care about the kids abandoned in the orphanages, who would be completely defenseless, right for the picking. Moreover, orphanages everywhere have always suffered from overcrowding, so nobody would notice a few missing kids. To put it more ruthlessly, it would be a surefire moneymaker. I suppose this drug plant also played a supporting role in all of this. In order to improve the survival rate of the children he was transporting, William directed Zerator Worcester Pharmaceuticals to produce a forbidden drug. This drug would slow the children's breathing and keep them asleep in their crates. It wouldn't be to proper inspection, but it would be more than enough to help them slip past minor checkpoints. Hang on, Have a good nap. In my experience, it's pretty easy to buy off the inspectors at those checkpoints. If they knew what was in those crates, would they be able to sleep at night? Commander, not all humans have hearts. I believe you would know that better than myself. I've sent the drugs you brought back from to the labs for chemical analysis. According to Anna's testimony, Those tracks have obvious flaws. Some of the kids would wake up mid-transit and start scrabbling and hyperventilating wildly when they find themselves locked inside a crate, which only has a limited supply of oxygen, while others would take the drugs and never wake up. There's no telling if the children who died early in the crates were luckier than those who survived the ravaging experiments. I'm sorry for sending you to such a place of bloody evil. The place was cleaned up very well, but for the people involved, no amount of cleaning would get rid of the blood, filth, and sin on their hands. That's it for my report. Now I shall get back to the Griffin reconstruction mission. Alright, thank you. 45 leaves the office. The commander turns to look at Anna, who is playing outside the window. There's no hint of gloominess on her innocent, childish smile. That's the kind of smile a child should have. Hey, Terry. Operation Snake Eater. Karina. What's the status of those 2 teams we sent out? They made the scheduled call-ins half an hour ago. And how are they? The mission's still in progress. Please be patient, Commander. Yeah, Metal Gear references. I see you then, Kalina. What is it, Commander? Don't you think it's time we sat down and had a proper conversation? I don't quite get what you mean. Right, she's still pissed. You're still mad, huh? There are more important things which require your attention than such trivial matters, Commander. 69% of comms request. Eh? On top of this. Put it through. Sorry to disturb you, Commander. Oh dear, you look terrible. I couldn't get back to sleep after you woke me up in the middle of the night. What do you want this time? Oh, I see. You don't sound the least bit guilty. So what's the matter? Change your mind about coming here? Of course not. However, I'd like you to do me a favor before I arrive. The mission Avia gave us is a big enough hassle as it is. And we're kind of short on people to take on new missions. I'm sorry, Commander, but the truth is, this request I'm making is close to Mr. Javier's objectives. Let me just move myself a little bit further to not block the text box. I should have assigned you something something troublesome like data analysis, right? I studied the data too, and I went out of my way to contact you because I thought you might have missed something. Well, thank you very much. You should look into a Sanguistor. I believe you're quite familiar with her. Who is it? Ouroboros. Oh yeah, she doesn't get mentioned very often. Isn't she in your lab? Back then, 4-4 only delivered a neurocore. Her body was thoroughly wrecked. The evolution records of a high-level Sanguis AI were also completely destroyed. Well, that's Squad 4-4 for you. Sounds like they were pretty damn vicious. Javier should have told you that Paradise is researching SF Neurocloud construction. After all, Sanguis Mastermind vanished within 4 in the wake of the reverse collapse phenomenon. This indicates that SF-derived OGAS consciousnesses can resonate with relics just like in 4. My guess is that William has already picked up on this, so we need to hurry. So you want to figure out all this? You want to figure out all this out before Paradeus does? Yes. After all, that was Lyco's work. I don't want the fruits of his labor to fall into the hands of those bastards. What do you need me to do? Does that mean you're agreeing to help me out? It's always like this. Just tell me what I need to do. Thank you very much. There ought to be other Neurocloud backups of Ouroboros at our base, as well as spare bodies. If you could recover those, I think I'll be able to figure out how SF Neuroclouds evolve. You still remember the place, right? I'll go through previous reports and let you know once I turn up something. Thank you once again. It would be best if you have them ready before I arrive at the base. It would let me hit the ground running, so to speak. I'll do my best. The transmission ends. Commander turns off the screen, sighs heavily and collapses into the chair. This is hardly a vacation. Is Miss Persica coming to this base? Huh? Yeah, she called about it last night. I see. And I'll bet Javier's going to show up with her. What a troublesome bunch. Are there any adults we can spare for this? Karina? Huh? We don't have any adults who can be sent on missions right now. I seem to recall a few of them being supposed to be undergoing Neurocloud debugging. They should be free, right? Well, Yes. They weren't sent out on missions earlier because the neuroclouds were still glitchy. And now that we're prioritizing the repairs on the destroyed dolls, we still haven't gotten around to debugging them yet. But the flaws are just in the simulated personalities, right? They won't need to emulate humans while looking for clues. And Persica did ask us to hurry. But I believe in the girls. I'm sure they'll be fine. Also, we have Soric backing us up. Understood. I'll make the arrangements right away. Humans can often exceed the limits, but for some dolls, the limits are the end for them. What's the situation? I can't move. I'm too badly damaged. You guys go on ahead. Don't be ridiculous. We're not leaving anyone behind. But we've gone low on ammo. It's not like we can hold out much longer anyway. Look out! A hail of bullets rained down on them, and they barely managed to repulse the attack wave of Sangui's forces. Just grit your teeth and hang in there a little longer. Otherwise, once she shows up... And who is she? The dolls who are too overwhelmed to respond to the voice. The defense line is engulfed in a series of explosions. The doll squad which was arguing just a moment ago, is completely destroyed. The only one who survived, the team leader, sprawled in a crater, looking fearfully at the billowing clouds of dusk and smoke before her, from which a Sanguis doll emerges. You can regret showing compassion and death. And that's it for the playback of the simulated battle with the Ouroboros AI. Very good. Arkpara. Yes, leader. State your current location. With an interim reconnaissance squad on the base perimeter in Area SO6. The Griffin Doll Handbook, Article 2, Paragraph 7 states, you shall not engage in idle chatter during operational meeting. While it does not warrant punishment, I feel you need a reminder of the consequences of violating the regulations of my squad. I'm sorry, leader, but Via just looks so cute sitting in. I just want to get to know her better. But do those tricks even apply to humans? Humans? Arkpara has excluded herself from coverage under the rule due to an abnormality in internal storage, resulting in erroneous self-perception. In short, there's something wrong with the neurocloud. Fortunately, it only causes problems with her sense of identity and has no effects on her combat capabilities. Arkpara, you were supposed to be sent for debugging, but now you have a chance to prove yourself to the command and the squad. You should cherish this opportunity, lest you be sent back to the Forge to be rebuilt. I'll do my best, of course. After all, I can meet and make friends with more dolls here. Just, is she the only doll that Miss Kalina's assigned to us? What about the other two? Right then, a motorbike screeches to a sudden halt in front of Mondragon. Its rear wheel throwing up a shower of dirt. Hey, Leaf, how are you doing? Oh, I heard I could get into a good fight here. Come in. Oh yeah, I brought a lost doll along. Is she one of yours? I'm Leo, reporting for duty. Blur. Blur. What a cutie. You dropped around, though. Oh, sorry. I decided to bring extra ammo since we'll be traveling somewhere far away. That's why... Do you know what time it is? I'm sorry. Why? Is knowing the time important? Naturally. It isn't an issue for irresponsible dolls, but... The Griffin Doll Handbook, Article 1, Paragraph 3 states, staying on time is one of the key factors in ensuring the team's survival on the battlefield. It would be a shame to compound a severely defective neurocloud and a non-adherence to the rules with a lack of self-awareness. Man, just hearing you talk pisses me off. If you have a bone to pick with me, then just come out and say it. I know you refuse to listen to anyone, PM 1910. Your last team was nearly disbanded because of your neurocloud malfunctioned, and you threatened the human you were supposed to protect. Okay, then. I saw you earlier in Fox's chat bullying her, and I can only say continue. It's funny. Since you seem to consider yourself very capable, you'll spearhead the offensive then. Might have taken the spot even if you hadn't put me there. I'm the perfect candidate. 1910 marches on ahead into Area SO6 without a backward glance. I honestly thought you guys were going to fight. Our situation's changed, but the commander needs someone to get the job done more than ever. Regardless of the various defects in your neuroclouds, as long as I'm leading you, I will do my best to improve your regimentation until we recover intelligence on Ouroboros. An hour later, near Ouroboros base in SO6. Die, you Sangus trash. That thing looks really scary. Leo, be careful. There's a gunshot, and only then does Leo notice the Sangus Dynagate that was shot right down next to her. Where did that... The Griffin Doll Handbook, Article 1, Paragraph 6 states, pay full attention during battle. If your heart isn't in this, then you're the one who will be destroyed next time. Got that? Yes, sorry, man. No, don't worry. Since you're secured, I've got your back. Still, I have to ask, how'd you end up on this team? I don't know. I was being chased around on the battlefield by SF. Next thing I know, they sent me for Neurocloud debugging. Why did you return fire? I'm sorry, what? I mean, you could have just wiped out the SF forces chasing you, right? Oh. Oh, yes, I could have destroyed them, but I had trouble finding them. It makes me want to play hide and seek, but I'll come up with a solution for it eventually. Do you even need to put that much thought into it? Next time, just point in the same direction as us and pull the trigger. Yes, I'm sorry. Don't tell me you haven't taken part in a single battle ever since you were made. I have. I just wasn't too sure what was going on. Perhaps it's a malfunction of your data storage and retrieval processes. In any case, you're faulty. But that's not an issue. All you need to do is obey orders and pull the trigger. VHS, start cracking the control systems for the main gate. Alright. How's it going? Seems to be going pretty well. I said the but? Well, I made a copy of the signal ID logs in the control systems and found a bunch of IFF signals that showed up recently. They are neither SF nor Griffin. Huh? Are there other enemies? Probably Paradise, assuming it's not something else altogether. What's the exact timestamp? It was roughly a week ago. Petty took like these are all those little maggots can pull. Suits me just fine. Since Paradise has made the first move, we can help the commander investigate the objectives and where they're headed. Also, what is it? I'm picking up a lot of hostile signals within the cyberspace. So what? I can scrap them all by myself. Open the gate. We need to minimize our losses before we encounter the true threat. VHS, can you hack part of the forces? This is an opportunity for me to learn. I can give it a try. Very good. I'll leave the rest to you then. Operation Snake Eater. Let me just drink something. That is a lot of reading already. Now then. I'm just going to do the normal ones because that allows me to just do it a little bit faster. Oh yes. Beans. What do we need to do here? Capture the indicated location. Hold on there. Pass the beans. Come on. Move. Open the gates. And then just spawn more units. Can. Gonna use all the movement points we can get. I should probably check where those beans are patrolling to. Now we'll be fighting a lot of enemies, or a lot of missions, in a row. Just to unlock more dialogue that we can read all in one go as well. I think I'm going to do that way. How am I going to do it the usual way of mission text? Ah, dang, I can't crunch through all of them. That would be funny right now. Completely unnecessary, but funny. Okay, they're going circular.
MG 33これでバッチリです。やった、勝ちました。次も共に戦います。MG 33
La-di-da. These missions aren't exactly difficult, considering the fact that, you know, we're doing the normal missions. And the first few are probably not going to be a particularly hard puzzle either. It's just going to be a little bit of moving around. But and it did. I need to move over to the right to not get engaged by the beam. And that shall be it for this turn, and then next turn we just move over to the left, defeat that guy, and that'll be it. This beam did not move on. What the fuck is wrong with you? Can I destroy you in combat? That's a maybe. Let's see. Not with this squad. If this was the AR squad that I'm using, the 4-4 squad, maybe. We shall attempt. Actually, we shall wait it. Something has gone wrong with the pathing, though. That's not how that's supposed to go, I'm pretty sure. Because the way that this is going right now means that we have to eat up one of them no matter what. Which is not good, to say the least. Let's see. Just want to know if that's possible at all. It indeed is. Normally these are supposed to be death stacks, so you should not be able to beat them. But hey, we are wildly outperforming them, so it's fine, right? And we win. Should be like an B rank, maybe. Actually, it's an A. There we go. Are we starting with Angelia this time? No, no, Commander. Operation Snake Eater 2. Oh, well. Guess we're going to be doing this first. I don't know what my dailies are, but just in case. Let me see. Operation Sneak Eater 2. This time for real. I've done it. I can't believe you managed to hack the SF monsters and turn them to our side. That's amazing. You're as capable as you are cute, VHS. I'm dying to get to know you better. This isn't much harder than solving a Rubik's Cube. Also, please keep your distance from me. Leader, what should we do next? It looks like we'll have to split up going forward. Okpara, cover VHS. The two of you are to find the space command systems and gather data. Can you do it? Don't worry, I'll take good care of this lovely little angel. She's weird. What's her problem? Heh, VHS. Don't just leave without saying a word. As for Leo and PM 1910, you'll come with me to look for usable supplies in the base. Yes, ma'am. I'll treasure this learning experience. Looking for supplies? Could you possibly have picked more boring the thing for us to do? What would you like to do instead? Beat the crap out of the enemy, of course. You can take your time digging around for resources. Bye-bye. Wait. Leader, what should we do? We're going to follow her, naturally. Since she likes fighting so much, we'll just let her clear out the threats ahead of us. That works. In a corridor inside Ouroboros' base. Where the hell are all of Ouroboros' luckies hiding? Get the hell out here. Don't shout. We had a hard time dealing with the last bunch. Your sheer lack of discipline alone is questionable enough, and now you're causing all these problems for your teammates. Do you have no shame at all? Hey, you're the ones following me, so it's your own damn fault, okay? Words are clearly not insufficient, for 1910 to vent anger, so she kicks over a neat stack of empty ammo containers in the corner of the corridor. The clattering noise as they fall echoes through the pitch-black base for a good long time. What kind of junky business base is this anyway? Why the hell would anyone stack a bunch of worthless scrap metal so neatly? Whoever did this must be sick in the head. Ouroboros was probably an extremely disciplined perfectionist. Despite the fact that we are on the opposing sides, I have nothing but the utmost respect for her adherence to order. Then she must have been a rules-quoting blockhead just like you. Ouroboros is a perfectionist. The hell are you mumbling about? Sorry, I'm taking notes. I need to learn properly to gain experience. And you're doing it by writing on a damn book! 1910 snatches Leo's notebook and swishes it around. You should be relying on the scrappy book, but your neural cloud. Yes, I'm sorry. Faced with 1910's domineering attitude, Leo apologizes profusely as she backs up until she feels a pair of hands on her shoulders. Leader? What's this? Going to speak up for her? I can tell that you have very high expectations of her. Huh? Why don't you tell me why you threatened the human you were supposed to protect back then? What the hell does that have to do with you? The use of DOS is so widespread because humans have ensured that we will not pose a threat to them no matter the extent of a malfunction or damage. However, the incident where you threatened a human was considered a malfunction on your part, and the reason for it was unknown. If that were really the case, the technician who checked your neurocloud would have been fired. So tell me, who did you do it for at the time? Like I said, what the hell does this have to do with you? 1910 raises the weapon and pulls the trigger, stitching a trail of bullet holes across the floor near Mondragon's feet. Hello? Can you hear me? Hogpara, what happened? Why are you calling us all of a sudden? What actually went through? What are you talking about? It's nothing. VHS is busy now, so I wanted to see what you guys are up to. Everyone having fun together? You pull a stunt like this again and I'll be there in 3 minutes to scrap you. Hey, why are you so mad at... The transmission ends. Had enough. Don't stick your nose into my business in the future. Also, quit following me. I'm sorry, but you still have my... Just as Leo's about to go up and get a notebook back, she steps on a trail of bullet holes left by Mondragon's feet. The ground below her caves in and she falls through an empty space on the level below. Hey, Leo. I'm fine. Leader, I think there's another level down here, and it looks different from the rest of the base. When Mondragon jumps down to take a look, she understands what Leo meant by different. This is an isolated room, filled with very minimalistic furniture and home supplies. It's so simple and clean, a clear manifestation of Ouroboros' discipline and self-control. But it feels empty, like there's nothing particularly important here. Mondragon looks around and finds a crumpled piece of scrap paper. Is this a photograph? It's a group photo of a few Cyrus units. Huh? So they took photos together too. This photo's all crumpled. It feels like Ouroboros didn't like it. So she didn't like her friends. Lita, I'm kind of curious. We were asked to recover data left behind by Ouroboros, but what data would she leave? Lita? What's wrong? Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were thinking. Maybe I should shut up for a bit. Lita, can you hear me? Is it the enemy? The Gryffindor Handbook Article 1, Paragraph 5 states, remain calm and centered in the face of sudden developments. Panicking like this is unseemly behavior. Put your gun away. Yes, I'm sorry. What is it now, Para? Lita? That's weird. How come nobody's saying anything? She can't hear me? Don't tell me there's a problem with the signal. Nah, whatever. If you can hear me, hurry over to the control room. The Virus is in trouble and Ouroboros. Ouroboros woke up. Huh? Where did Ouroboros come from? They must be in danger. To the control room. Mondragon and Lee return to the hole in the ceiling, but before they can get up, they hear gunfire and the sound of hurried footsteps heading towards them. Soon, someone runs past them overhead, and the destroyed Sanguis unit comes crashing down beside them. Why the hell do I have to keep worrying about you lot? Nah! Huh? Can't you run while lugging such a heavy gun around? There are more step forces in the base. Get back to the upper level and clear out the threats. That do. Not as interesting so far as... Okay, there's more hidden paths, I guess. Not as interesting so far as the other two storylines we had, but, you know, we'll get there. I think. Find and operate the control panel. Sure. The enemy is running away. Resupply, probably not necessary, but I'll do it anyway. Moving forward. There's an interplane elevator. Okay, what the hell? Sure. Why not, I guess. La-di-da. These missions are not particularly difficult yet, as I've mentioned before. And with not particularly, I mean, like, not at all. Guess I'll move 2 tiles here. We beat up the Manticore, and then just, I don't know, something. Success. Time to move you 2 tiles over here. Ah. I found a hole. I do like the fact that they mimic the happenings in the story to the maps. It is kind of cool. That doesn't mean that we have to find a way back up. That's probably what the elevator is for, I guess. At least, maybe. What do we have here? Single node. Sure. There's more undiscovered notes on the left side. So we're breaking through. Let's see where we go. Now we are running low on ammo on our squads. So we can't use that metal, can't do that many more on that. Missions. So I'm going to move around that one. And what do we have here? This dead end. It's an actual dead end. Oh well. This is fine, I guess. And this map was a little bit slow. Very slow, honestly. Brut. These two, blast to this enemy, and discover, hopefully, maybe a way up. This is all taking a while, and both of these squads are going to be out of resources soon. Like, now, soon. I cannot do any more combats with them, which is very unfortunate. Depending on how this mission is supposed to go. Ah, there we go. Just in time. Mission complete. We were just out of resources too. Very good. Snake Eater 3. Our parent VHS venture into the depths of the base. You're amazing, VHS. There are so many SF holes in the way, but all you did was go whoosh whoosh and you made them obey us and even fight for us. This must be a specialty, right? All dolls like this. All dolls like this. VHS! Would you please stop bothering me? Oh, but need to put us together to look for data. We only just met, but if we talk more, we'll get to know each other better. Isn't that a great idea? I'm not good at working with others. Oh, you're shy. That's so cute. I am not shy. So you're genuinely bad at working with others? But if I remember correctly, you volunteered to join this team, didn't you? But that means there's nothing wrong with your neuroclouds. But then why have you come along? That's because... Forget it. There's no need to talk about it. Okay, even dogs have secrets. Parabats and eyelashes and lean closer to VHS. For the hunter back then, a dog caught you unaware and... hold on a minute. I don't know how you found out, but don't say another word of it. Never bring it up again. Now I'm curious, what did that doll do? Since we're alone here, why don't you just tell me? It'll be a secret. You're really weird. Harley, humans are all like this. Forgot that you had a defective neurocloud. I don't consider it a defect. Instead of letting other people tell me what I am, I'd rather trust my own thoughts. I'm just an ordinary girl who loves dolls. What's wrong with that? This is because you're fitted with a malfunctioning emotion module. You won't think this way after you're sent in for the neurocloud debugging. It's not so much that I won't think that way, but that I will have vanished. Is that how you see yourself? Oh, relax, relax. No need to be so pessimistic. You see, that's why I'm here. No matter what kind of debugging they put me through in the future, I'm going to enjoy every day I have until then. Let me see. This looks like the control room. Please open the door, my lovely VHS. Alright. The electronic door opens after it's been hacked, and they see a row of massive glass cases filled with liquid. These are coolants. The servers in there are still running. However, these are all slave machines. They ought to be a mainframe in here somewhere. Let's see. Cybervaults really use some incredible technology. Okpara walks slowly down the rows of glass containers, but when she turns around, she suddenly sees someone standing in front of her. Ah! What happens? It's nothing. I was just startled. I doubt even a signless door would be that scary. Is this also part of your human side? Want to see? This Ouroboros? Scary too, right? The last time we saw her wasn't on combat records, but now we can see the real deal. She seems to be asleep, but it also looks like her eyes would open any second. She's so cute. You can fall in love with just about anyone, can't you? Though yes, was she reduced to an AI and locked up at Miss Persicus? This might be a spare body, but it doesn't look dangerous. At the same time, all the cables connected to this place... Could this body be some kind of storage terminal? Using a body as a storage device. Oh, no wonder why we ran into so many SF forces. But she looks so cute, I'd want to protect her too. Whose side are you actually on? I'm on the side of the cuties. Okay. No, fine, I won't tease you anymore. It seems like a bit of a waste, but we can simply destroy this body, right? No, if this body really is a storage device, then the data we're looking for ought to be in there. So we can't wreck it. Then why don't we bring it back with us? I mean, the commander did ask us to bring a spare body for Ouroboros back to the base. This way we'll be killing two birds with one stone. Well, we'll need to confirm if it really does contain what we want. I'm going to access it in level 2 and look around. Huh? But isn't that really dangerous? A body used only for storage shouldn't be dangerous, and I want to try and understand it. Oh yeah, I'll be counting on you to protect me while I'm plugged in. What? Really? I guarantee there won't be a single scratch on your lovely body. Your reassurance isn't reassuring at all. Yeah, of course. I'm not in yet. Oh, okay. Never mind then. Connection is stable. No electronic countermeasures. Looks like it really is a storage device. There's no telling if Paradise has messed with it. Let's start by comparing it with Miss Persicus data and see what we can find. System. Commencing data correlation search. System. Search completes. Quantity exceeds displayable maximums. So there's simulated combat logs. There are so many of them, the system can't show them all. Is this a leftover data that the commander wants? Let's just take a look at it. System backend. Initializing. Connection detected. Reading ID codes. Target ID confirmed. Activating backup neurocloud. Downloading. I didn't think a rat would make me wake up. It's been about 10 minutes. Doesn't usually take dolls this long to find a bit of data. Oh well, I'll just check in and say hi to Lita. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip through this bit. We've read it already. And honestly, so far, Para's dialogue is painful. Genuinely painful. They hang up? Huh? Well, nothing I can do about that. Time to go poke my little angel. Huh? Why is she so hot? To our Para's alarm, she realized that not only is VH's condition abnormal, its F-forces can be heard coming from outside the control room. At the same time, the Ouroboros body that's been serving as a storage device opens its eyes. Yeah, that's bad. And I really hope I don't have to fight that bitch, because holy shit, she's annoying to fight. More of the same. Capture this place, but it's behind the gate, so find the fucking button, I guess.
この戦い、私に任せてください。
What about the...
皆さん、気をつけてください。
Sure, let's just use the machine gun squad. Why not? La-di-da.
MG338 戦闘モード終了。
Base no paths anywhere.
Minasan, 気をつけてください。
So we're what now? Ah, okay, there we go. Holy shit, there's even more. Guess we'll spawn a unit here too. And there's even more. God damn. Probably need to go to both of those consoles. I also need to sound capture that note. That's annoying. That is very annoying, actually.
MG338 何か。やった、勝ちました。
Alright. Now, let's see. Honestly, we're just gonna go charge straight through on this team here. It's gonna be fine. Not a big deal.
MG338 何か。
And into the Chimera. Blast it, get rid of it, and yeah. But this time around, the maps really aren't that interesting. Last time, even the normal ones were fun, but man. Okay, we cracked that, I guess. And now we need to crack the second one. Very good. Now we can move in with a rifle squad. I just need to bring out over the second squad and we can start surround capturing that node. It will be fun. What? 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 That's not... What? That's not the one note we... That was... What? I mean, I appreciate it, but... Huh. Big tool randomness gameplay. I really have to say that... the maps... The Ghost Sisters... Actually, no, even they were not... They had some neat puzzles. They weren't difficult. Then again, I didn't go for the EX, I went for the normal ones, for the simple reason that... they took forever. And more importantly, I broke something again, it seems. There we go. Operation Snake Eater form. Ultra high Dark Caves. How are we doing? 1 minute ago, level 2 in the storage terminal. Playback complete. Regis only comes to her senses when the system notifies her of its status and finds herself shivering all over. So Ouroboros went through all of these scary simulated battles before she was given physical form. In that case, this must be the data that Ouroboros left behind. Hopefully we'll need to take her away. Take who away? Huh? Regis swivels around, but a hand immediately seizes her neck in a vice-like grip. Yeah. Ouroboros? Ouroboros, yes, that is my name. Now, this means that you are the next piece to be crushed. No, Ouroboros' neurocloud is already... Could it be a backup neurocloud? But those servers weren't even linked to external networks, unless someone activated them. Don't tell me. Ouroboros' steely grip on her neck is making it impossible to think straight. There's a burst of electrical static, then she passes out. In the main control room. Oh, para! Oh, hey, it's you, leader. Yeah, I know things are pretty dire right now, but no need to look at me as mean as 9010, right? What did you just say? I don't remember. You're still so undisciplined at a time like this. What was that about Ouroboros waking up? Also, is VHS alright? She's right here. She was hooked up to level 2 inside Ouroboros' body, but she started heating up after a while. Now Ouroboros is suddenly awake, while VHS is completely... I'm a combat support human, and I have no idea how to fix dolls, so... Move aside. Like a data overload. We need to sever all connections by force and destroy these servers right away. Okay. Just let me reload first. Get lost and watch this. Hurrah! 9010 levels of sighting, bursts of gunfire at the neat rows of servers. Great quantities of coolant flood out as the glass cases explode, and the data servers are destroyed. That was awesome. Didn't know you were so cool, 9010. Ha! Stick around, you might get to see something even cooler. Ugh. Leader, VHS is coming too. My head hurts. Where am I? Ah, Ouroboros. Leader, Ouroboros is... VHS looks back to where Ouroboros' body used to be. However, the space it once occupied is now empty. This is bad. Ouroboros said you were trapped in Ouroboros' level 2 layer. What happened? We found Ouroboros' body. It was kept here to store data. However, we didn't expect that somebody had tampered with it, and when I connected to level 2, Ouroboros' earliest neurocloud backup was activated. Somebody tampered with it. Could it have been Paradeus? Forget it. Don't worry about that for now. We need to find this new copy of Ouroboros. If she manages to escape... Before she can finish, a series of violent explosions throws everyone to the ground. Mondragon struggles to find to her feet amidst the waves of heat and is greeted by a sight that looks identical to a typical Griffin combat simulation. So there's more than one rat. Our power smokescreen. On it. Conceived by the smokescreen, the team immediately falls back into rank cover. Ow, wow, wow. She looks so cute, but she's actually super deadly. You want to play hide and seek? Unfortunately, I don't have the patience for it. Everyone, do an ammo check. Once the smokescreen disperses, we're going to charge. Are we really going to fight her? What the hell? You scared? All of the loyalty have defective neuroclouds. Some of us haven't even fought Ouroboros before in combat sims. I think it would be best if we fall back right now. If we let her get out, she'll be a threat to our friends at Griffin. That's why we have to destroy her right here and right now, no matter the cost. What's the matter? I didn't think that your blockheadedness could be so damn cute at a time like this. Oh, have you finally realized how cute adults are? None of your damn business. Get lost. That's fine. I'll still have VHS. Please don't get me involved in this. I'll do my best. And start by picking up all the bullets you dropped. I'm sorry, I'll pay more attention next time. You're wasting time. God, I wish I'd never joined this team. Once this battle is over, don't even think of having anything to do with me. That's assuming you survive it. 6 seconds to smokescreen dispersal. I hope this won't be the worst decision I've ever made. Everyone, charge! I don't like fighting Ouroboros. And I really hope I don't have to. It's annoying. Ay, suka. I don't know why, but I started swearing in Russian. Recently. It's me. Okay. We just have to kill Ouroboros and rescue VHS. 60,000 strength, I'm pretty sure we can deal with that somehow. Unfortunately, it's just really annoying to fight her. Why? I can get links from here, though. There's that. Start the operation. It looks like yet another annoying map, unfortunately. Can I spawn a second squad? Yes. Yes, I can. We shall plot this map with Griffin forces. Get all of the movement points, and I hope she won't... Ah, fuck. I hope she won't just kill the hostage. Now, who are you alerted to? Are you just alerted across... No, you are actually alerted to the hostage. That is actually annoying. Well, time to rush over there, I guess. We... Alright. Can't move any further, so I guess this will probably be it. And we just pray that Ouroboros goes not for the hostage. I guess. Let's see if we can fight Ouroboros. I hope that there's not going to be any other enemy units in the way, because if there is, we actually won't have enough ammo to fight her. Which will be a mild concern. Just a tiny little bit. Ah, fuck. That is genuinely bad. I guess I'll have to move up a second squad then. Just pray that Ouroboros doesn't just kill the hostage. Because while the hostage does have 2 points of HP, the way that it's usually handled... Oh god, thank god, she's not going there. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, spawn another unit. So why not? And turn. Come on, stop. Don't go for that again. Well, I'm sure I can beat it, right? What's the worst that could happen? Fighting Ouroboros is not fun. She spawns like way at the bottom. Oh no, wait, this actually works different. They've actually changed the battle for this. That is great to hear, because the original battle is incredibly annoying and I don't like it. Operation Q PTSD. It's so bad, though. It is just so bad. I hate fighting in Cube. To the point that I haven't even done Cube Plus. It doesn't have any valuable story additions. I even looked it up. There's nothing that actually gets added to it. It's just a harder version of Cube. You don't have it squared away? No. No. You have no idea how bad Operation Cube is. Let's go capture that point. Me. Like, original Cube is fine because the Ouroboros Finder works. Cube Plus does not work with the Ouroboros Finder, so you just kind of have to play the map and hope you find her in time. And then you'll still have to kill her. Which, admittedly, with the power that you have, or with the, like, strength scaling that you have at this point, is probably not that big a deal. I should have actually just extracted the hostage manually. Actually, I couldn't. We still win, though. Ta-da! Unfortunately, I know that this event is still... Oh, this is an Angelia story bit. Huh. I guess we get Snake Eater 5 already, and then that's it for that part of the story. Which might actually be good, because so far this part of the story was not that interesting? Question mark? It's okay. I'm Griffin HQ. Are you alright? Huh? I'm fine. But you spilled your coffee. Wait, hang on. Did I miss a part? No. Does sound like somewhat of a pain. The way that the battle works, the Ouroboros battle works in original Cube, is that she's like 3 screens over, and you have to fight yourself through waves of enemies till you get there, while she's constantly picking off your forces. It's really annoying. I hate it. And that, in addition to the rest of how Cube Plus works, is just, nah, not doing it. I'm sorry, I cleaned up right away. Are you still worried about them? Well, they're Griffin dolls, but they haven't gone through the NeuroCloud debugging yet. They were thrown together at the last minute, and they'll probably have a harder time working together than any other team, so I'm worried that things will go wrong for them. Look on the bright side. This is all a valuable combat experience. It'll help them grow a lot faster than through combat sims. That's true. Their specs aren't actually bad at all, so the sooner they get their NeuroCloud fixed up, the better. The comms equipment in the command room suddenly starts ringing. Excuse me, wait, this is data from VHS. Commander, they completed the mission. And there it is. Good news. If something is too much of a pain, you just use a cookie cutter approach to not wanting to tinker with it out yourself. There is no cookie cutter. That's the thing. You can't use a cookie cutter approach on it. It doesn't work. Sending it to you right now. So these are Ouroboros' earliest combat sims and logs and data. They also found one of Ouroboros' spare bodies, though she fought them and ran off. I'm glad the doll's alright. I'll get Svark to take care of Ouroboros' body. But the important thing is that we know that for sure that Paradise has already taken Ouroboros' data. If the reports are correct, then William must have also taken part of this abandoned Sanguis AI cultivation system. Are they planning to make new AIs? Without these memory fragments, it would never have occurred to me that a doll's NeuroCloud could be honed in such a cruel fashion. William will definitely make use of this and build a NeuroCloud that's only concerned about achieving its end and completely unbound by ethics. The fact that Paradise hasn't fielded too many dolls was probably due to technical inadequacies. But the situation has changed now. From now on, we'll probably encounter new Paradise units that are even more ruthless and efficient. And he will prove to be correct. Very correct. One of them is already in this event. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Sounds like trouble. It's just a guess on my part. We'll need more concrete evidence to substantiate it. So are you going to give Miss Persica a copy of the statement when she arrives? Yeah, well, that'll do the rest. Also, there's an attachment. Let's take a group photo of them. Did they send it to reassure us of the safety? Says Leo insisted that they do this. Yeah, none of them except Leo and Ogpara seems too happy about it. Still, they look well. Yeah. Oh, do we have a decent camera in HQ? Commander, are you thinking about... Once we get everything back to normal, we ought to commemorate it. But, yeah, I guess we should. After all, we might not get the chance to do it in the future. Huh? I'll go take care of the dolls. I'll be off now, Commander. She almost sounded friendly. And here I thought she wasn't mad at me anymore. Did you really take my joke all that seriously? You fucked up, Commander. You fucked up big time. She's still angry. Absolutely. Livid. I wonder if you actually get that group photo. I will still say that that bit of the story is probably the weakest bit so far in this event. But yeah. We'll randomness. There it is. Delta attack, beginning. Angelia part. Angelia parts are usually good. Outside the refugee settlement, Jay, who is dozing off against his car window, suddenly feels something ice cold pressed onto his face. Who's that? Even just like the island car, that's very careless. Morida? How do you spot me? Hey, Leith. You stop your car right on the roadside. But it's disguised. So you're also here with Angie. I thought that we got left behind? No way we could let that happen. The chair won't order us to keep Angie safe. We can't possibly let her walk into danger on our own. So much feels more dangerous to have you along. Ha! Very funny. I'm a pro, you know. Besides, Hobbs is also with us. He'll make sure we're safe. I'll be good. Are you sure you can handle this? I mean, he used to be in the GSG-9. That sounds very reassuring. You, on the other hand, don't strike me as a special agent at all. That's just a job. I don't want to turn into a boring stuffed white shirt with a poker face like that dude. You mean a Schwab? I think he looks much more like a proper agent, don't you think? Don't you agree? If an agent is instantly recognizable as an agent, he might as well be a dead man. Ooh. Should I relay your friendly advice to a certain hair poker face? Ahem. Forget about her poker face. Why don't we talk about something more interesting? More interesting. I've come across a lot of girls in my work, but I've never seen anyone as cute as you. Why don't we go out for dinner after this is all over, eh? Do you job in a mic? Just think about it. Here, your iced coffee. Thanks. Not bad. Uh-oh. Hey, Dark Aves, you and me both know where this is going. And we both know that he should rather just take Mona. Right. Say that for PR. I have played Point Guard Recurrence already, so... I have actually streamed it as well, but I'm genuinely thinking about streaming it again. Because it's a really fucking good event. Hope they woke you up. Alright, let's get to the rendezvous point. Where are the others? Morido points toward the end of the road. Angie and Hobbs are waiting, having a conversation on the sidewalk while Task Force Fire standing guard around them. Recaps goodie? Yeah. Situated ahead of the group is a wall that seems to extend endlessly over the horizon. Jay gets out of his sedan and follows Morido to join Angie's company. I mean, Point Guard Recurrence also had some of my favorite moments. Like the Grad rocket launchers just absolutely blasting a place. Spoilers for the people that haven't seen it yet, so I won't say it. Guten Morgen. You were a good 5 minutes late. I thought you weren't coming after all. Nonsense. The operation wouldn't go smoothly without me. But if I remember correctly, didn't you say you were going at it alone this time? It's funny that I'll remember it when... I mean, yes, but there might be others. That was the plan, but the moment I left the building, these two have been stuck up to my ass. Fragilia, please do not try to leave the safe house using unconventional methods. We are under Chairwoman Ulrich's strictest orders to ensure your personal safety. Do not make our job any more difficult than it already is. Here. The Chairwoman would have my head if you'd managed to shake us off. Besides, my assistance is essential when it comes to coordinating multiple departments. Well, you heard them. Fine. Very convincing. So, are you guys fully prepared? It's just a simple capture mission. Are you certain this Powell is still inside Bremen refugee settlement? I access the security records there. There was records of him entering the settlement yesterday, but no records of him exiting. If nothing goes wrong, he should still be inside. However, this man never uses a communicator and often changes the time and location for his meetings. It'll not be easy for him to find him in such a huge settlement. As long as he's still within the wall, we'll definitely find him. All clues from Paradise and other sources point towards this man. But please tell me if there's no... tell me there's no chance he could leave the settlement through some kind of secret passage. The concrete wall around the settlement goes 5 meters beneath the ground. The garrison would have noticed anyone who'd dig a tunnel to that keep. I hope you're right. So, how do we get in? We've already contacted them and made all the necessary arrangements, including securing permits for the doll ladies. Oh, actually I had a hunch that you would want to enter the settlement, so I also made preparations. The permits are important. These are more than permits, they're also identifications. If you approach the restricted area outside the wall without one, those gun fixtures up there will take you for an outlaw and shoot you full of holes. You Germans are real friendly to refugees. Well, it's necessary for maintaining order. With these permits, the soldiers in there won't give us a hard time, and the refugees won't dare lift a hand against us either. It's a lot safer to carry them. Speaking of safety, considering the location, this investigation will be considerably riskier than your previous ones. Famarlo, I think it would be better if you wait outside. Huh? That won't do. I told you, Chairwoman Ulrich wants me to accompany Frau Angie at all times. Actually, I agree with Jay. We've only been making visits so far. We've had accidents, but they were still relatively harmless. But it's going to be a capture mission this time, and the risk of factors of operating in a refugee camp are very high to begin with. There's a high chance there will be firefights. We can't take you unless you can at least defend yourself. Do you know how to fire a gun? Not really. But the Refugee Relief Organization is funded by the government. I have a few contacts in there. We'll need information to locate this man called Powell. As the government official, it's a lot easier for me to talk to the refugees and get information from them. Otherwise, everyone would want to run the other way if they saw a bunch of scary-looking strangers. Besides, we have an agent from the Stasi with us this time, so there's no reason to be worried about me, right, Jay? Since you have such faith in me, always at your service, my lady. We won't be dealing with anyone from the Refugee Relief Organization, as we can't be sure there are no GIP spies among them. But if you know what you're getting yourself into, then be my guest. Okay, I'll make myself useful. I don't like this woman. Angie waves her off and makes her way over to the Defiant Dolls. Girls, all prepped and ready to go? Yes. Things never go according to plan, do they? What do you think, Anja? I trust to see you. Our plans always unravel because of dolls that are rolled out after us. Who's going to be the one that messes up, I wonder? From the side you can see those red flags. I mean, again, I have hindsight. Hindsight is always 20/20. But even without it, she's just like... way too friendly for this story. This is Girls Frontline. The only other person that is that friendly is Kalina. And Kalina is different. Enough. I know you're itching to move. But are you sure this is a good idea? Waltzing into the refugee settlement without any backup? Such slipshod plans aren't your style at all. All of these got cut off. If we don't start taking a more aggressive approach, we'll have to come all this way for nothing but a long-distance vacation. It's quite ingenious, though, isn't it? The most stupid prey that can be lured by the most obvious baits. It works all the time. According to ancient philosophy in the Far East, some fish do willingly rise to a fisherman's hook, even if there's no bait. Well, let's hope this won't be the day when the trick doesn't work. We'll only worry about that when it really becomes a problem. Before that, we must get ourselves out of this impasse. Andrew returns to her German associates with task force to fly in tow. Alright, everyone's here. Quick briefing. Our objective is to find the man in charge of delivering orphans in the refugee settlement. He goes by the name Powell here. Since he's active in 3 different zones, we have to intercept him before his next delivery. According to the evidence we have gathered so far, the GIP is currently trafficking children for Paradise. This man is very likely a liaison and enforcer of the GIP Paradise partnership. I need information from him, so he must be captured alive. Oh, there's something I'd like to add. I have personally witnessed what you ladies are capable of, but it's very important to let sleeping dogs lie. Do not make a scene that will attract any attention. It was undoubtedly the GIP that ultimately pushed the Owl's mother to take her own life. If word gets out that we're going to after their contact, they might decide to just go ahead and kill him. Also, I followed Angie's instruction and didn't tell any of my colleagues about coming here today to prevent this operation from being leaked. I assume you haven't told anyone either. Farge said only Hobbs and I are allowed to come with her. I did guess that we're coming to the refugee settlement, but no, I didn't tell a single soul. Neither did you, Hobbs, right? I alone would suffice for the task of protecting Fer and Angelia. Then I suppose everyone gets the message. If anything does go wrong, we're really on our own. We'll split up once we win. Keep a low profile. I'm afraid I'll have to object. Why? If we all scattered, I cannot guarantee your personal safety. I would never have agreed to this plan if I'd known you're planning to enter the refugee settlement. I don't need your permission. I doubt you could stop me even if you wanted to. I know, that's why I will actively participate in your capture mission. However, I hope you won't take this operation lightly and let down your guard. The refugee settlement is isolated from the rest of the city with a wall and turrets because this place is teeming with criminals of the most nefarious kind. The garrison can only prevent refugees from stepping foot outside, but maintaining order within the settlement is completely beyond their capability. You seem awfully prejudiced against these refugees. I'm just preparing for the worst. If we end up in a large-scale conflict, it's questionable whether our corpses will ever be found. Is that so? In that case, please keep an eye on Miss Morido over there once we're inside. She's shaking like a leaf. I'm not. Still, your warning is duly noted. I will only have my dolls work separately. But everyone here else must obey my commands. If you can't do that, now's the time to turn back. I'll obey. No more questions? Then let's go. Snake Eater 5. Now what are we looking at here? It's more of this bullshit. Hack 5 SF units. In other words, we need to find terminals. Just terminals. Loads and loads of terminals. You had one tile for safety. And spawn a second unit, I guess. Oh, I'll actually use the squad. And where does the thing to the left here go? It's a bean. Grand. Love to see it. Now, I can actually kill that, but it's a lot of work that isn't really worth it. I'm still not the biggest fan of these maps so far. This time around. Last week they were... the maps we had last week were actually kind of engaging. This time around... kind of eh. Control terminal there. You out of the way. Not sure. Whether it's Force Shield Tech or just G36C mod? Yeah. I do have a squad that uses G36C mod. It's just mildly annoying. I can also just kill it. Like, my AR squad, the force weapon I have, does have the exact setup needed to kill one of those squads. So, it's not that big a deal. It's just, I don't feel like it. Because, well, stun grenades, smoke grenades, shitloads of damage. It's fine. So, hack the first unit, let's go. Ta-da! Hack the second unit. Boom. Pretty good. Yeah, as I said, I do have a squad that uses the exact thing you're talking about. Oh, wait, there it is. Yeah. Together with Mona. For reasons that you probably know. Through here. I just realized that past the red bean there's another hidden node. I didn't even notice that before. That's probably the reason I need to go there. I need to go through there. What direction do you go? That's actually perfect. That is actually perfect for me. Much appreciated. Now beat up the beam. And the turn here. Let's go. Okay. You go over here. Hack this thing. You just go charge straight through, hack whatever's there. And then I'll see whether or not I have enough movement to still hack the last one too. I do. I have the exact amount of movement that I need. Perfect. Alright then. Hack, and that should be it for the mission. Again, not the most engaging thing. This wasn't even a puzzle, it was just boring. Not every map can be a banger, I guess, but, you know, this one wasn't that great. Spiderweb. Wow. We. I wonder if the story note that I had a moment ago, this one, Delta Attack Beginning, I have the feeling that I wasn't supposed to have it yet, because it has... It kind of feels out of place. Then again, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, no, it was the first one. After a brief conversation with Morodo, the military officer at the checkpoint heads inside the sentry box to make a phone call, all the while observing Angie and Co. The mechanical gate of the refugee settlement soon starts rising slowly. When the gate is fully open, the speakers inside the wall, which have been silent for a long time, start playing music. Welcome to the free Hanseatic city of Bremen. We wish you a pleasant journey. Did they expect us to visit the refugee settlement as tourists? I don't think the PA system has made a peep ever since the wall was built. This is the main gate that leads directly into the city. It's practically impossible for refugees to be granted passage, so this gate has pretty much never been opened. There are very strong objections to integrating refugees into the population. It will take a lot of lengthy discussions before the folks come up to reach a consensus, and the issue won't be solved until then. It isn't our issue to solve. So this is why the settlement is degenerated into lawlessness. Lucia? Yes, Andrew. Take a team and scout this area quickly. I'm going to make some human friends and see what we're dealing with here. Understood. The streets look clean enough, but they are lined with dilapidated brick apartments, blocks, and wooden houses, most of which predate World War III. That looks pretty bleak. Not many venture out during the day. Most of the residents are unemployed, and there aren't many shops and other entertainment facilities for them to go. Regular refugees only tend to head outside to collect rations distributed by the government. That makes for a very convenient place for crooks and hustlers to get around. Paola's picked a great place for his business. Pacma has organized fundraising events and contributed a lot to the reconstruction of the settlement. At least, it is now reasonably habitable. This used to be a wasteland with nothing apart from ruins, dirt, and weeds. Really? That's all well and good, but the way I see it, this is essentially no different than a ghetto. Well, it's a long, gradual process. Long and gradual, eh? You see those people who are avoiding eyes? With their complexion suggests that they're infected with Elid. And she picks a hand-rolled cigarette butt off the ground and gives it a sniff. Also down drugs. Drugs? Painkillers, psychedelics, drugs that cannot cure their sicknesses, but give them a false sense of comfort. Andrew lowers the cigarette butt and looks around. A few gaunt and emaciated refugees are glaring at them with malice. Andrew returns the gaze squarely. The groups mutter under the breath and retreat deep into an alley. Why are we stopping? This settlement seems even more dangerous than I expected. Andrew flicks the cigarette butt away and cleans her fingers with a handkerchief. It's just drugs. Hardly surprising in a pistol like this. Hobbs, you sound like conservative. I'm not particularly political. What? You can't put me under investigation just because I'm telling the truth. I wasn't questioning you. The Shirazi Altar takes refugees' issues very seriously. It's natural for people who have lost hope and salvation to turn to other things. I suppose no one's offering any treatment for these people. The Bremen government is very eager to establish a comprehensive healthcare system and provide the required facility and equipment for the refugees. Unfortunately, it's extremely difficult to obtain medical resources outside the White Zone. There is only limited healthcare services even for German citizens. Not to mention the shortage of medical staff. That's why the only thing the government can do for the settlement is to support the efforts of the local refugee relief organization and give them what little medical supplies we can spare. Even so, the government shouldn't be wasting our tax revenue at places like this. Is that why your superiors have decided to leave these people here to die? Can't be helped. Pac-Man has been trying to push a bill to solve the refugee issue, but nobody wants to invest the necessary resources. Before we can secure the healthcare and basic welfare for the refugees, a strict quarantine is the best measure we can take at the moment. We can't let the Elite epidemic spread into the city. Even uninfected refugees would require sufficient education and training to integrate into society. In our current situation, we simply do not have the funding or the human resources for that. This settlement is pretty much a microcosm of what's happening in the world. Angie, we're on to something. Go on. We scanned the relevant areas and detected a target that appears to be Powell. Our analysis on his facial structures and gaits gives us reason to believe that this is the high-value target we are looking for. The HVT is currently heading towards the Refugee Support Center, which is their rendezvous point according to Entel. Understood. We're coming your way. Tail him for a safe distance, don't get spotted. We are fairly away from the HVT. But the refugees nearby are starting to congregate and they don't look too friendly. Stay low. This is just a refugee settlement, but the GAP must have people in here. I'm sure they've already heard of what happened yesterday. You mean they're waiting for us to come? That's exactly what I want. You give me visuals on the target. I need to confirm it. Hold on. You're now synced with my vision. Connection established. An overweight man peers left and right before entering a small alley. He knocks on a door, which opens to let him in, and he disappears from sight. Farther down the alley, a group of young refugees are beating up a middle-aged man. A ration can rolls out of the paper bag that he is so desperately trying to protect. He reaches for the can, but one of his attackers pins a foot firmly on his hand. We've lost sight of the HVT, but the man over there... We're not here to do the police's job. We know better than to get sidetracked. It just doesn't sit right with Angie, aren't you? Renata, can you see the target from your location? He's in a blind spot. We have our eyes firmly on him. Ah, it's absolutely delightful to see him so flustered. Enjoy the view. Aren't you? We're switching locations. Roger. Lucia and the others have spotted Powell. He's on his way to the Refugee Support Center. That was quick. I reckon people could really take a page out of that doll lady's book. Radio weapons. The GIP may show themselves. They will not be giving us a warm welcome. No, they're already here. Following Angie's gaze, her associates notice a group of people heading their way. They appear as physically unkempt as the other refugees, but they hold themselves in a completely different way. These people mean business. Unfriendly business. Keep moving and maintain a safe distance. Huh? Who are they? What do they want? They don't look like local gangsters. The tailing method reminds me of those morph plainclothes. In any case, they're definitely not here to welcome us, though I certainly didn't expect an attack so soon. Aren't they your friends? My friends? I have no such friends. The Stasi and the Polizei don't really see eye to eye. But one thing's for sure, I'm the only one for the Stasi sent. There are many who have a stake in the refugee settlements. We are being watched by multiple factions. Someone might have decided to intervene to protect their own interests. Interests. You see how we're being stalked, track them down. Piece of cake. Their disguises are pretty flimsy. What should we do with them? Do we engage? I don't want to cause a commotion if I can help it, but I don't think they really care. Judging by the way they're moving, they're definitely armed. We can't afford to be bogged down here. Renata, keep pursuing the HVT, aren't you? Get to a rooftop and watch the surroundings. Lucia, go and help out that poor fellow. Another good deed of the day. Yep, we're the good guys after all. By the time Angie gets off the comms, the pursuers have already closed the distance between them. Both Jay and Hobbs move their hands towards the concealed weapons and look at Angie for instructions. What's the plan? We split up the alley up ahead and scatter them. Defy will pick them off. Mordo, we're going this way. Huh? Do we really have to split up? What a shame. Guess I'll team up with the big burly man then. Angie puts her arm around Morido and guides her down a small path, while Jay and Hobbs turn the other way and into a different alley. The refugees follow suit. They stop at the junction uncertainly. After brief discussion, they also break into two teams. Angie glances in Jay and Hobbs' direction. As she expected, some of the pursuers have splintered off to follow them. Only 3 are still on Angie and Morido's trail. They probably think the women would be easy pickings. I'm in position. Make it clean. There are only 3 of them. Don't insult me. With Morido in tow, Angie suddenly darts into the alley. She picks up a piece of brick from the ground when she's temporarily out of the enemy's sight. At the end of the alley, a group of young refugees have already seized the middle-aged man's paper bag. Angie watches as they take pleasure in tormenting their victim, who is curled up on the ground. 10 seconds. Copy that. What are you planning to do? Hush. Stay close. With bricks in hand, Angie starts walking towards the group of thugs. Completely engrossed in pulverizing their victim, the young men remain oblivious to Angie's advance. She raises the piece of brick and bashes it hard into one of the thug's skull. The thug lets a cry and collapses. The others immediately straighten up and turn around to confront the attacker. Meanwhile, Angie's already dragged Morido out of their sight. All they see are the refugees who have come running this way upon hearing that yelp of pain. These refugees have no idea what has transpired mere seconds ago, but when the young men come charging at them with knives and sheath, they realize they're in danger and immediately draw their pistols. The thugs freeze at the sight of the firearms, while the refugees also hesitate bemusedly at the sudden turn of events. Before the refugees can figure out the situation, AK-12 suddenly leaps down from the rooftop and lands behind the last man in the flyover. Using her momentum, she jabs him in the back of the neck. The man crumples to the ground in a heap. His 2 associates realize immediately that this is a trap, but just as they are about to turn around, AK-12 punches one of them squarely in the jaw. The other tries to take aim at her, so she grabs the man with a recently broken jaw by the arm and flings him into the one still with the pistol. As he loses his balance, AK-12 strikes him in the wrist. His grip loosens out of pain and his pistol falls onto the ground with a clatter. Finally, she gives him a shove, giving her the space to execute a roundhouse kick, which sends the last refugee and his friends all hurtling into the alley bins, rendering them unconscious. Voila. That was insanely fast. Check the stuff. AK-12 nods and starts rummaging through the pockets. Angie picks up the weapons and removes the magazines, then she dismantles the pistols and tosses the parts into the bins. She shoves the loaded magazines into Morido's bag, while the latter is still in the daze. I want to see this animated. I mean, the best that we have is the skins, right? The damage out of the skins, specifically. Everything happens too quickly. The thugs, knives still in hand, are still trying to wrap their heads around what just happened. Yeah. We had a chance, right? We had a chance. And then the enemy was treated so badly that... let's just pretend it didn't exist. Imagine if the enemy was actually done well. What could have been? The things that could have been, man. AK-12 simply shoots them a glance. They immediately give a start and scramble away in flight. The middle-aged man, huddling on the ground, once again hears the footsteps approaching. He looks up and sees a woman dressed in a black suit and places a ration can that is rolled over right in front of him. Without any word of gratitude, the shell-shocked man grabs the can and takes off running. What the fuck is this? What? Eliminate all enemies. Okay. I mean, it doesn't seem too difficult. Question mark? Just mildly annoying. Which, so far, has been this week's theme. Just, you know, every map has been mildly annoying. Let's just spawn more units. Game is simply trying to irk you. There's nothing subtle about it. Let's see how many squads we can spawn this turn. While still maintaining, like, capturing distance to all of these command posts. One more. That's gotta give us shitloads of movement points next turn. This is like riot police just moving in and cutting off everyone from the place they want to go. I forgot to set these guys to move. Oops. Or do they move naturally? Doesn't seem like it. No, wait. Can I not? Oh, I can just move them myself. I'm stupid. Oh, this is all going to... Please just kill him. Faster. La-di-da. This is gonna be a very long turn of just moving. Please just kill him. Come on. Doop-dee-doo. Whack him. Kill them all. No survivors. Man. This is such a long mission. For no good reason at all. But there isn't exactly anything to do right now either, so I'm just literally waiting as the game executes on the orders that I've given. After which I'll spawn one more unit. And then the enemy will have even less teleports. Doo-doo. I actually need to move on these two down there. Mild annoyance. Again, mild annoyance. Not a big deal, just... kill. Please, I beg you. This is at least going to sound satisfying. Well, for 2 shots that is. Bang bang, and they're dead. Ay, ay, ay. Auto repairs. First things first, move all of these. There we go. Just another very, very, very long turn. Come on, just... Why do I have to do this every time? Destroy them. Is charge maybe even better? I don't actually know. Charge! Nope, charge is not better. Charge just puts them in a place where they don't do anything. If there's no enemies in the line. So, oh well. Defend is terrible, because they just don't do anything whatsoever. I actually wonder what happens if I send... or when I send that squad against the Black Bean. It's gonna be entertaining. I'm pretty sure that the SF squad on my side will just explode. We'll see in just a moment. Attack! Alright. It's another squad destroyed. Well, the black beans are not nearly as bad as the red beans. They deal the same damage, I believe, but they, Oh, well, actually the black beans just die. Never mind. I thought they'd be more sturdy. I think it's the black beans. But pretty sure that I have to switch 2 squads at the end of the turn. Because the machine squad has got to be almost out of ammo or out of ammo. Actually, no. 2. Still has enough ammo to fight for 2 more times. And then there's 1 black bean still behind us. So it means EX exclusive. Yeah, I noticed. That one just exploded. Unceremoniously exploded. As did all of our enemies just now. Hey, here's VK. Out of movements, end the turn. Now we're going to get even more movement points. Like 6 extra. As we're capturing 6 heliports here. And there's gonna be so much combat done by those SF squads that take forever. This is fine. Just kill him already. Just need to check something. I have the time right now anyway, so I might as well do it right now. When does this game come out exactly? La-di-da. In 3 days. Neat. I think I'll know what I'll do on Saturday. That is very cool, actually. Because I really want to play Frostpunk 2. Oh, wait. Well, I guess technically I could be playing it already. Oh well. The fact that I have to do that every single time is so annoying. Global soon, TM. Yeah, that too. I was actually talking about Frostpunk though. Guns Frontline 2 is, well, soon, TM, right? Eventually we'll get to play it. Woo. I don't care about all of the repairs, just give me control already. Fucking... Repaired. I don't give a shit. They're not even my units. Kill the bean. Wow.
私が傷つけられるとは思いませんが、全力でいきます。
Alright. That should be a win. All the enemies are dead. Not a single one remaining. Very good. And then I'm going to read that one piece of lore that we get, and story. And I think that's going to be it for today, because I am noticing my throat dying, which is not good. How's the cards? I'm also coming up to the 2-hour mark. Yes, I know. Residents of Chairman Ulrich, Bremen. I'm afraid I don't understand, Herr Bürgermeister. Are you saying I'm to undergo individual interrogation? It's not as serious as it sounds, Frau Ulrich. It's just a standard procedure. After all, everyone was watching the Good Samaritan of Bremen with keen interest, and it was you who facilitated her entry into the city. I'm sure that many others are wondering where your loyalties lie. What exactly is that supposed to mean? I'm absolutely loyal to my country, my party, and as well as my people. Those words didn't come from you. Who is that? Who is it that's questioning my loyalties? The city of Bremen? The Volkskammer? The Socialist Unity Party? Or is it someone in Pankow? If the party suspects treachery on my part, I demand that they immediately remove me from the office and hand me over to the Ministry of State Security for investigation. Herr Erich Meyer, Vice Chief of the Stasi, happens to be the one who put me on this case to begin with. You could ask him to take me away. No, that's not what I mean. There's no need to trouble Herr Meyer over such a trivial matter. It really is not as serious as you think. Then please explain yourself. The Pan-European Convention of Mutual Assistance in Reconstruction has been extremely generous in your aids of our government. We know that. However, when running a city, it is essential to adhere to its actual jurisdictional administration. It isn't wise to overstep one's authority. Of course, I will make sure that my subordinate exercises restraint in actions. Will you? But from what I know, the Good Samaritan has already made her way into the refugee settlement. Isn't that right? And does that inconvenience you in any way? It is not my intention to bypass you or the Stasi to interfere with your friend's business. To be honest, a number of long-standing problems have been solved beautifully with her help. However, unlike the few storms she's kicked up before, meddling with the refugee settlement is a lot more problematic. I do not understand. Does the Bremen government have some kind of secret in there? I'll give it to you straight. Nobody wants to have anything to do with that place, but nobody wants something bad to happen there either. I know you're Rossiterist, but you can't be so idealistic about everything. That settlement is like a pustule, Frau Ulrich. I hope you will refrain from popping it and splashing dirty pus everywhere. Especially when we all desperately need to keep up appearances. A pustule? That's a bit of an understatement from what I know. No, you have no idea what you're dealing with. It's a lot worse than any of us can imagine. No matter how many resources the Packmal pours into the settlement, that place is a bottomless pit that can never be filled. You will never understand the difficulty faced by those who are doing the actual work. We are responsible for a lot more people than refugees in there. Everything costs money these days. It's simply impossible to achieve the results you desire with finite resources. It's hard enough to preserve the status quo within the settlement. It takes a certain amount of self-governance to keep that place from falling apart, and there just so happens to be someone who's providing said governance, in a manner of speaking. I know the methods are underhanded, and the government certainly wishes someone of less dubious nature would do the job, but they are necessary evil. So you're asking that the Soviets refrain from crossing a certain line and causing all hell to break loose in a settlement. We are both civilized people. We both know how certain things need to be handled. I deeply appreciate the contributions your friend has made to the development of Bremen. I'm sure the presence will drive the city to a better future. But I've also heard some rumors that if something comes to pass, the pledge that Bremen has made to Berlin will be undermined. This concerns the unity of our nation and could threaten to shatter the hard-earned trust in the post-war era. As you've said yourself, people in Pankow would be greatly displeased. You're absolutely right. We need to trust each other now more than ever in the aftermath of the war. I completely understand your concern. Protecting our country's interests is our common goal, so I will do whatever I can for this noble cause. Thank you for everything you have done for Bremen and for our country. The mayor actually said that. Mario, what's the situation over there? We just entered the refugee camps. Things have been going well so far. Trust Angie will have no problem keeping things under control. Your presence should also help stabilize the situation, but right now we can't be certain of anything. If the settlement erupts into chaos, make your safety the priority. Understood, Frau Ulrich. Angie is a real pro. She's been neutralizing all kinds of threats very skillfully throughout her investigations. However, she is helping in capturing the child trafficker in her settlements. No matter how cautious we try to be, I'm afraid a commotion is inevitable. You've been working by my side for too long. We've only ever seen the good side of things, the deceptive facade, because we have little to no real-world experience. I didn't tell you about the conversation I had with the mayor to put a stop to your operation. I just want you to know that the path to even the slightest bit of progress is always long and winding, and sometimes the price of progress is far beyond what you can imagine. Our goal is to build a world of peace. Before we have peace, we must experience the cruelty of war. Yes, Ulrich. I'll do my utmost best. Whatever the outcome of this capture operation, tell Angie to get in touch with me once you leave the settlement. There are certain matters that we can attend to only after this is over. How are things on your end? We're done. These folks weren't half bad. They've had formal training. Pretty much on the same level as professional soldiers. Nothing we can't handle, though. We have no time to waste on these people. We must hurry and find Powell. Angie, take a look at this. The CIA hands Angie an ID that she has found while searching the refugees. It bears the insignia of the Mobile Einsatzkommando. Police from the MEK. So it wasn't the GIP. Then why were they following us? IDs can be falsified, but this insignia is the real deal. Also, just because the police doesn't mean they don't work for the GIP. Looks like the corruption runs a lot deeper in the local public service than we first imagined. Save me a schadenfreude. This is exactly why we needed for the job. Angie, enemy reinforcements are heading this way. Got it. We're getting out of here. A group of people rush toward the alley. Angie pulls Morio further down the passageway. AK-12 turns into another alley and disappears. The new pursuers stop to examine the unconscious MEK soldiers, officers, and report the findings to the comms while cautiously keeping an eye for the surroundings. In the end, probably intimidated by the enemy's strength, they decide to give up the chase and withdraw with their unconscious colleagues. Cops have left the alley. They give up then. Smart choice. Alright, Renate, sit up. The HVT has entered the Refugee Support Center, indicated on the map. It looks like a church. I'm detecting multiple human signs on the second floor. He's not alone. Seal off the back door. Don't let them escape. Jay, Hops, do you copy? What do you need? The HVT's location has been confirmed. He's in the Refugee Support Center. You two approach from the southeast and I'll enter the church from the northwest. Defy will cut them off. Don't give yourselves away. We need this guy alive. I can handle that, but make sure you don't beat him to death, Big Ove. I'll capture this man myself. Lucia, watch the front entrance. Don't let anyone out. Are you sure about this? The capture will likely go better if you leave that to us. You need to secure the pyramids of the church. Compared to Powell, I'm more worried about the cops' questionable allegiance. Understood. We've lots of stalkers, but the refugees nearby have started gathering this way. This doesn't look entirely natural. 8 summoned by the HVT? I'm not sure. They aren't displaying any hostile behavior, but they could be tipping others off about the location. We'll try our best to avoid getting spotted as we relocate to a new observation point. Copy that. Andrew drags Morido along as they dart through the alleys and passageways. You can clearly tell that there are more refugees out and about than before. These people eye the two women quizzically and expectantly. Why are there more and more of them? It's almost noon. The Refugee Support Center usually gives out food around this time, so the refugees are coming this way. What? Why didn't you tell me something so important? Huh? Is it important? You didn't ask. It's not a good idea to snatch someone in broad daylight. Andrew, we're to the southeast of the church. Where are you? Worm's in position as well. Stand by where you are. Andrew and Morido exit the alley and the church that's being used as the Refugee Support Center comes into view. There aren't many wandering refugees here, but the two women stick out too much because of their appearance. Andrew was going to leave Morido outside, but she's changed her mind and decides to bring her along. Are you familiar with this building? I've been here a few times. Describe its interior. It's a regular lobby on the first floor, converted from the chapel. All the pews have been taken apart for firewood. There are 2 staircases that lead to the second floor. The office is in the back. Are there any other exits? I think there's a ladder that leads to the cellar, but I don't know where it is. Good. All this information will make the capture much easier. Why are you putting your own life at risk to do this? You have your doll bodyguards. Isn't it better to let them handle this? They have an even more important job. A good commander should never shove all the dangerous work onto dolls. Also, don't you trust me? Oh, that's not what I mean. In that case, leave this to me. Don't make a peep and just stay close to me, okay? Mordo notes uncertainty. And he pulls out a pistol and walks through the window quietly into the building with Mordo. Win. There are 2 staircases with access to the second floor. You two take over the one on the other side. I'll capture the HVT when the timing is right. None of us know what's waiting for us in there. Paul reminded me once again that after learning what happened before that we mustn't let you put yourself in too much danger. Let me take the lead. No, I want to catch up Barton myself. Take control of the staircase in the other end. That's an order. Roger. And she creeps towards the bottom of the stairs. She gestures for Mordo to remain where she is and starts ascending cautiously. The thick floorboards creak softly under slow footsteps. After she gets closer to the second floor, she can clearly overhear someone having a conversation. Is my contact still not here? I'm already being followed. This isn't what we agreed on. And she quietly leans against the wall. Peeking around the corner, she can see the fat man talking on the phone. 4 men armed with submachine gun are guarding him. The high-value target is right in front of Angie, but she patiently waits for the armed guards to turn their backs. You lot watch this place, well known. I'm going to find a few genuine friends that can help us. The men turn towards Powell. Here comes a chance. Just then... Who's there? All of a sudden, a shout comes from the other end of the corridor, followed by the sound of submachine guns and pistols exchanging fire. They're here. Damn it! The men in the room come charging out, and he takes out the one in the lead with a clean shot before driving around the corner back to the stairs. A bullet was past where she was standing a second ago. The enemies fire continuously at the corner until Angie hears the telltale clicks. These men have clearly not undergone professional training. They keep strafing aimlessly and empty their magazines in an instant. While they are busy fumbling with their new magazines, trying to reload, Angie ducks around the corner and guns down 2 of them. Meanwhile, the shot is also fired on the other end, and the last armed enemy is taken out by the man who just made it onto the second floor. Hold your fire, it's me! Where's Powell? He's escaped through the cellar. What happened downstairs? Someone suddenly came up from behind us. He had a gun. We had no choice but to strike first. Sorry. Behind you. What rotten luck. Jay, check the whole room. Make it quick. It's empty. Do we get on the ladder and maintain pursuit? No, unless you want to die. Fine, forget I asked. Watch out, Angie. The refugees outside heard the gunshot thunder gathering outside the church. They have the building completely surrounded. I suggest you stay put inside. Crap. Hops, get Mordo up here. Then lock all the doors and windows. On it. Some refugees tried to break into the lobby. I scared them off with my gun. Make sure no one gets in. If they charge in as a group, we can't hold them off with our armament. I'll do my best. Do you have the HVT? No, the capture failed. The target escaped through the cellar. Renata, can you spot the HVT? And you messed up. How unusual. Answer me! I'll try to find them, but the refugees around us are getting uncomfortably close. Permission to intimidate them with our weapons? Permission granted, but don't fire unless you absolutely have to. We will respond in an appropriately friendly manner. Still, the refugees around the church are getting rowdy. They seem very angry about the lack of rations today. If they get their hands on you, they'll probably make a delicious lunch out of you. Thanks for the warning. Capture the HVT and bring him to the church. I'll hunker down here with these bubbling dunces. This will also be our extraction point. Take Irvin with you. Lucia and Antje, keep the situation outside under control. Copy that. Didn't you just give a grand speech about not exploiting dolls? Now you're leaving the nastiest job to us? Oh, please, I know you enjoy it. By the way, Powell just has to be alive when I bring him to you, right? I have no complaints as long as he can speak. Otherwise, do as you please. Ha! I was hoping you'd say that. Jay, what have you found? Pal's ledger, contact list, and memo pad. I'm sure these will help us dig up a bunch of people. Hard to believe he's all this important evidence just lying around in the room. Probably didn't expect anyone to take down his meat shields at Gatecrasher's den. True, bulldozers like you aren't too common. You really are made of sterner stuff to have made it out of alive of that submarine base. Don't look at me like that. The entire Stasi knows about your daring escapade with K. Angie, we've once again located the HVT. He has emerged in the residential area and is moving south. He's taken cover among the group of refugees, and the ones around us are getting restless. I don't think they want us to be snooping around. Evian, give them a glimpse of your combat knife. Okay, they now have no problem with us snooping around. But we better be on our way. Lucia, do you have a visual on the HVT's location? One moment, establishing visual link. Right, that's him. We'll keep observing the HVT. You now have his real-time coordinates. You'd better hurry. I have a feeling that things are going to get worse the longer this drags on. Understood. Finally, we can take credit for our capture. It was always you who got all the glory. Evan isn't too pleased about all that. You mean you were not too pleased about that? As if Evan would care about this kind of thing. Angie, can you Dot Squad come and give us support? I've left two nearby outside the church. The other pair are pursuing Powell. He's heading south and the refugees are covering his escape. Thought Powell was an undesirable figure here, but the opposite seems to be true. He must be pretty influential among the locals to be able to buy off the police. If the refugees are also doing his bidding, it's too dangerous to move here. We'd better get some reinforcements. Agreed. Jay, we need a helicopter. Once the fires the HVT, they'll retreat to this location. Then we'll take our cargo up to the roof and get out of here. Now, I have to run this past my superior. You can't even authorize a chopper lift? Let me contact the chairwoman. Beckman's aircraft have airspace clearance. They're ready to fly anytime. My rank and authority aren't the issue here. Unlike you Soviets, our state security department doesn't have its own military force. It's difficult to arrange for such things without prior preparation. It's time to Mr. Powell, who randomly sent me a helicopter with 25 T-dolls. We are in the heart of a well-populated city. Please don't turn this place into a second Belgrade. Okay, in case that he'll bring back up ASAP. Fine. Let's hope he'll be in time for once. We must hold this church until the flight completes the capture. If the refugees manage to get through, none of us will live to see the sunrise tomorrow. And that is where I'm going to end my stream for the day. So, let me see who I can raid for the day. I know a few people that should be live still. So let me just see. God damn, there's a lot of people playing Frostpunk 2. You know what? I am going to send you guys over to Classic, who's currently playing Final Fantasy 16. He doesn't stream very often apart from raids, but he is streaming right now, so I will take that chance. So, I shall be back tomorrow with some, well, normally it should be, what do we call it? Giant Alliance with Sleepless. I'm going to make sure whether or not that actually happens. And, yeah. Have a good night. Thank you very much for being here.